What is up, dudes? Lady dudes, welcome back to Just Nuts. Guys, today we're doing a little list recap, list review, whatever, list reveal for the Order of the Spellcaster structure deck. This has already been out for like 2 or 3 days at this point, but I haven't really seen many videos go up about it, and I usually make a video when structure decks get their full list released. I didn't think there was anything crazy, but there are a couple really interesting things here, so I just want to go over the list as a whole and hit it up. So first things first, bravo to Konami, because I think they're realizing that, one, for them as a business, if they want their structure deck products in general to sell, they need to have some sort of meta, not even meta, but like meta possibility. I want to say, like, I don't want to say has to be. Like, it doesn't have to be Salamangreat every time. It doesn't have to be Monarchs every time. Like, it doesn't have to be a surefire, like, right out the gate, automatic contender for best deck in the game. But if it does have some promise to being meta, they're just going to do way better. And that's what we want. Nobody wants a new structure deck, a whole new strategy to come out. That stinks. That does nothing. So I think Konami's realizing that, and hopefully from here on out we only see structure decks that truly do have potential in our metagame. So anyway, getting to the actual list of cards here, starting with the monsters. We start with the 4 main new monsters. I believe these are them: Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, the new boss monster Endymion, Endymion boss monster, Reflection of Endymion, Magister of Endymion, and Servant of Endymion. All 4 of those, I believe, are just the main monsters. I don't think there's really anything other than those. I don't think, because, yeah, Endymion the Master Magician, that's the original one. Crusader of Endymion, that's the Gemini. Defender the Magical Knight, Too Old. Mythical Beast Cerberus, Mythical Beast Medusa, all been power crept here, I think, right? Let me try these. Because I know they have, like... Shoot. Every time. Dang it. Let's try. Sorry, I have my cord running over my keyboard, so it's kind of hard to type in. No, that's Jackal King. That's Master Cerberus. Yeah. So we just have... Where is it? Where? Okay, so it's this one. We have this one. I don't think that one's played. And then Cerberus is the original Cerberus, I believe. So nothing crazy there. Magical something, Magical Exemplar, Magical Abductor, all... Cards that deal with spell counters are not really super important. Disenchanter, not really important. Apprentice Magician, Dark Magician of Chaos, Fairy Tale Luna. Some cool reprints in there. I mean, we have seen Luna going second, like Luna Control, pop up here and there, but nothing crazy. Summoner Monk is a cool card. We have so many prints of it. Doesn't really do anything. Spellbook Magician of Prophecy doesn't really do anything. Magical Undertaker, not really doing anything. Magician of Faith. And then we get to an actual interesting card. So, one of the actual interesting cards here is Droll and Lockbird. This is probably the best reprint in this entire thing. We've seen for a while that, like, before the Ash Blossom in the Salamangreat structure deck, that the OCG were getting structure decks with, like, high-level hand traps being put in them, but we never got those. We would get the same structure deck, but the reprints were different, and we wouldn't get that hand trap. Konami wanted to keep them high rarity, so the prices would stay high and less, less availability, of course. But here we saw Ash Blossom get printed in the last one with Salamangreats, and now we see Droll and Lockbird getting printed here. But Droll and Lockbird, the cheapest copy, the rare version, is still like $15 before this. Ultimate Rare is going for like 60, and then like the Supers or Ultras, I think they're Ultras, are like 20. So this is a huge reprint. This is hopefully going to put Droll and Lockbird, should put Droll and Lock under $10 for the players that really feel like they need it, especially in formats when we do hit formats where we kind of need, cards like this. We do need Droll and Lockbird in certain formats. It would be nice for those players that don't really have the $60 to drop on a card that's just kind of meta relevant at the time. That's really nice. Then we have a couple of other spells for the archetype, being Spell Power, Mastery, and Endymion's Lab. Then the original Magical Citadel of Endymion. Spell Power Grass, I don't really understand why there's 2 copies in here. I guess like if you want to run more copies of it, but it literally just puts a spell counter and then adds another copy of itself. So it's a 1-for-1, which is alright, and it puts a spell counter on the field, but like it doesn't actually do anything. I don't even know if people actually play it in the deck. I doubt they do. because pendulum archetypes in general just activate so many spells and scales and pop themselves and activate new scales and all that stuff. But like if you play this with like pendulum magicians, that like I don't think that's really needed. Arcane Barrier, nothing crazy. Then Spellbook Power Secrets, this is another decent reprint. I mean, like I think the copy, the print we have now is like $2.50 to $3, somewhere in that range. So a nice little reprint, nothing crazy though. Magical Blast, Magical Dimension, Terraforming. Honestly, we can never have too many Terraformings because even now, Terraforming, like the common Terraformings are still like 50 cents, which is, I know isn't a lot, but considering we have like literally like 15 printings of Terraforming and it's still 50 cents on the commons, it's kind of wild. Any of the higher rarity than common ones are like multiple dollars, which is wild. Another really good reprint here is Left Arm Offering. This is like a $4+ card just because of the potential it has. As soon as we get a spell card like That Grass Looks Greener again, just a normal spell card that has that high of a ceiling, we could easily see Left Arm Offering be playable again. So it's just kind of lingering there, waiting for another extremely abusable spell card to jump out of the woodwork again. So that's really nice there. And then Pot of Desires as well. The only two printings being the Secret Rare and the Ultra. I think it was an Ultra. Might be a Super. No, I think it's Ultra. But anyway, Pot of Desires was still like $4 to $5. So both of these really nice reprints. There, Mythical Bestiamorph, nothing crazy. Pitch Black Power Stone, extra $1. Gaga Shield, Magician Circle, Daybreaker, the Shining Magical Warrior. This is the new Link monster. He isn't really that amazing, but he might be a possible non-Electromite sub-in, you know, in case pendulums do become very meta with this structure deck, and then, you know, people start siding in Ogre and stuff, or not Ogre, but like Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. That way they just take Electromite or out of your extra deck in general, and then you can still make this to at least open up zones to make before you do your pendulum summon. And Dormant Path is actually an interesting spell card as well. I didn't even know about this card. It literally just says target one spellcaster effect monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. It's a hard once per turn, but kind of like a straight up +1. Maybe not direct +1. It depends like on your deck if your graveyard resources are actual resources in there. But interesting to say the least. I didn't even know about this card when I saw it. I was like, is this the first printing? It looks like the first printing because it's in Japanese on here. Not bad, but you're also playing a pendulum archetype, so most of your spellcasts are just going to end up in the extra deck anyway. But a possible card in other decks. Definitely. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the list. A couple good reprints, nothing crazy. It's not the best structure deck, but we can't really complain because we're getting a straight up like possibly meta archetype like built into here. So we can't really complain about the reprints. The product will sell. I think Konami knew that. But I'm glad they threw in a couple of decent reprints in there. Drollknock being a really good one, and then like Desires and Left Arm as like solid ones as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you're excited for this, if you're planning on picking up this structure deck. It's a really good one. I don't think I'm personally going to be picking it up, but I'm not the biggest fan of like pendulum archetypes in general. They seem to be a lot more combo oriented than I tend to be as a player. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and subscribe for more stuff from me in the future, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.